Good afternoon, this is AJ reporting for Robin's Fanatics TV on today's game between Carshalton Athletic and Cray Wanderers. It's the first time we've met actually in 2 seasons. We never got to play them last season because of the COVID lockdown and all that, but I'm hoping for a good game. The last time the two teams met, it ended in a 4-0 victory for Carshalton Athletic, which was back on the 30th of November 2019. Christy Pattison, Ricky Colboa, a Bobby Price penalty, and Great Hamilton Downs header from a corner made the points safe for the Robins in their last home game to Cray, and ended up winning 4-0. As far as the league table is concerned, as it stands at the moment, Carshalton Athletic are in 10th place and Cray Wanderers are struggling down in 19th, having a bit of a struggle so far this season. They lost a lot of players to Lewis when the our manager went to go over at Lewis, and he took a lot of players with him. Did a bit like what Hayden did to Merston to Kingstonian. So they're struggling a little bit. As for the last results for both teams, Carshalton Athletic registered a good 3-1 win in North London last week at Cheshunt. Jordan Tudor with a great free kick and a spectacular effort from about 30 yards out, and a lovely finish from Lewis White to wrap the points up. And yeah, Cheshunt scored 1, but they were never really going to get back in the game. Carshalton played so well. Midweek last game for Cray was a thrilling 8-goal thriller between themselves, and they're at home to Wingate and Finchley, and it finished Cray Wanderers 3, Wingate and Finchley 5. So what classic going on there on a Wednesday evening. One of the few games that actually took place this week because of the fuel crisis. Carshalton were originally supposed to have been away to Lewis on Tuesday, but that got called off because of the fuel crisis. You know, players can't get to the games because they've got no fuel in the car, because of these idiots that panic buying and sending out the fuel everywhere. So we've got a game in hand over Cray as it stands at the moment, but that would have been a good one to have attended, wouldn't it? Sort of 3-5, but I don't think Cray would think so. But as far as we go today, hopefully we can, get a good result, get a good performance in. It's going to be tough because apparently around about the time of kick-off, we're going to get some really strong winds and some really squally rain and wind at kick-off time. So it's going to make conditions very difficult for both teams. But we've got a 3G pitch, which takes up the water quite well. So again, won't be abandoned or anything like that unless it gets really bad. But hopefully the game will proceed and Carshalton will come off the end of it victorious and with the 3 points at home. So I'll be back at full time later on this evening with a rundown of how the game's gone and the full roundup of Isthmian League Premier Division results. So until then, I'll see you later. This is AJ reporting from Robin's Fanatics TV. Just drying out after spending the afternoon at a very wet and soggy and windy Carshalton Avenue, and it wasn't very good on the pitch either, as a final score turned out to be Robins 1, Cray Wanderers 3. Cray had lost 5 on the bounce before today, but went back to Kent with the 3 points. Carshalton, the first half we played well. We had chances. A couple went wide, and then Lewis White had a really good solo effort, and he was cleared off the line by the defender. Got back and positioned himself well to clear it off the line. And of course, they've gone straight up the other end pretty much, and Marky McCoy went and headed home a lead for the Wanderers. Corner's come over, and he's just been up unmarked, headed it home, make it 1-0 to Cray Wanderers. Disappointing really, because we probably should have been 2 or 3 up by then, but we were very wasteful in the last third. And the defenders, they defended well. The goalkeeper made a couple of good saves as well. But of course, we did have a chance to get back into the game on 36 minutes Ball come over and the Cray defender handled it. Looked a bit soft, really, you know, but you know, it was probably a bit of a soft penalty decision, to be fair. But then I think back to the Ebbsfleet game a couple of weeks ago in the FA Cup, and that penalty decision that went against us. So I suppose it's right. I suppose things do level themselves out as the season goes on. But we don't get too excited about penalties because we never score them. And we continued that record. Yeah, Dan Bassett placed the ball on the spot, took the penalty, and saw it saved by the goalkeeper. So, yeah, again, missed chances. Should have, you know, right down the middle, right down the keeper's throat, really. You could, you know, saved it. But I suppose looking at it, it's probably, some would probably say it was justice served because it was soft. But, you know, we'll take those because we've had that harsh one a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, half time came and it was Carshalton Athletic 0, Cray Wanderers 1 half time. So as the wind and the rain really took hold of the game, we sort of thought we'd come out hopefully for the second half and maybe finish the chances that we created. But it wasn't to be. And within 5 minutes of the restart, Cray Wanderers went 2-0 up. You know, Dan Beckworth doubled their lead after a good bit of teamwork and fired home to make it Carshalton Athletic 0, Cray Wanderers 2. And we thought, oh, here we go, you know, looks like it's going to be one of those days. But within 2 minutes, we did pull one back and gave us a bit of hope. Dan Bennett headed in from across to make it 2-1. So we thought, oh, let's push on from there. Then we had a really strong spell after that, but didn't really use it to the best. I mean, we getting the ball out wide sometimes, and the crosses were coming over, but no one was in there in the area to sort of finish the chances off. You know, just acres and acres of space. Everybody had held back. Don't know why, but they just don't seem to anticipate attacking the ball. It's just like, it's Harry that's taking the crosses. He should be in the box. He's been on the end of them, but he's out wide. So when he's out wide taking the crosses, there's no one in the penalty area to finish them. So so it was, we carried on, and then we sort of, went back in ourselves a little bit, and then 72 minutes, Cray Wanderers made the game pretty much safe with their third through Andy Drury. Again, another good finish, and that was it really. That sort of pretty much put the tin hat on it, and we huffed and puffed, but didn't really, again, more crosses were going over, but there was no one in the box to finish them, and so we ended up on the end of a 3-1 defeat. Like I said earlier, from a team that had lost their previous 5 and conceded 5 at home on Wednesday. It was majorly disappointing. I thought we could have got something out of that one, but that's how it sort of went really. But it's frustrating because some weeks I suppose it's just football in general really. You can play well against the big games, but I don't know if they thought because of Cray's position that they thought was in the bag. But like I say, the first half we should have had this game safe, but we didn't, and then we kind of got punished for it in the second half. Give Cray credit. They went for it a little bit, come out a little bit more attack minded, and and apart from some spells that we did have, but we didn't use to the full advantage, they were probably deserved winners in the end. But I didn't think they were a great side. In the Cray sides from the past, I didn't think they were a great side, but they took their chances and we didn't, and that's what our problem is. We get taking the chances and we're just not finishing teams off. I mean, we did it last week against Chesson. I don't know how 2 games can be so different. Chesson, we finished them off, but at home, maybe they don't like playing in the wind and rain. I don't know, but it's especially that first half performance. We should have been 2 or 3 up by the time they got their goal, but we weren't, and that was their only chance in the first half, and they took it, which is the difference at the end of the day. We don't seem to have an out-and-out striker at the moment that can finish off chances that are created, and when we do sort of get balls out wide and crosses into the box, we're not anticipating them, and we're not in there crossing to an empty space. So yeah, disappointing end to a day, a wet day. But you know, then that a result dropped us down to 12th. But yeah, so but there's only 3 other games in the isthmian League today because of the FA Cup. Merson lost 2-0 to Hereford. Sounds like they put up a good game as well against the Conference North side. But yeah, but as far as the isthmian League Premier Division went, there was only 3 other results today. It was Brighton and Sea Regent 0, Bognor Regis 5, Leatherhead 0, Haringey Borough 0, which they'll be pleased with Leatherhead, I think, and Potters Bar Town and Kingstonian fell to the weather in the second half. Apparently Potters Bar were 1-0 up and they weren't pleased, but the match got abandoned because of water on the pitch. So yeah, so that's it, another defeat for the Robs, but hopefully we can move on from this. But we just need to be a bit more clinical in the box, because we're not doing that at the moment, and that's really punishing us. But we'll put this game behind us. We'll have a couple of training sessions during the week, and hopefully put something right. But the next game for the Robins is next Saturday. We play away to Wingate and Finchley, who went up to 13th in the league, so it's another mid-table battle for the Robins. But if we can play like we did against Cheshunt last week, let's see why we can't get a result there. But we just need to be on it, and we just need to be more clinical. But yeah, so defeated today, a bit disappointing, but you know, it happens. So we'll just move on from that. Hopefully we can sort of progress more from next week. So yeah, I'll be back. Next Robins vlog will be next week from Wingate and Finchley's ground. So I'll be hopefully bringing you some live highlights and some scores, and you know, hopefully we'll have come back with 3 points like we did in North London a couple of weeks ago. Personally, I'll probably be back. I'm going to watch Croydon Athletic versus Dulwich Hamlet on Tuesday, so I might well do a live match day vlog for that as well. You know, but yeah, it depends if it's on or not. But yeah, from a disappointed Carshalton Athletic fan, but we'll brush ourselves and we'll move on from this, and hopefully we can, you know, repair the damage next week. So until next week, I'll see you at Wingate and Finchley. I bid you farewell.